We waited 13 issues for this guy to get revealed. Hey everyone, Mario Kart Gamer Dude here with the review of a long-awaited issue 75 double-sized issue. And yes, I know it comes out the same week as Sonic Movie 3. And yes, I do plan to post a review for that movie. It's the holidays and I'm on vacation, so patience. Anyways, again, the issue is double-sized, so it's going to be a long recap. So if you just want to skip to my review of the comic, go here to this timestamp. And before we start, thank you IDW for the review copy of issue 75. And now, let's begin. The story starts off back in the main engine room, with two of the Chaotix, Amy, Tails, Dawn, Belle, and Rough and Tumble still trapped there. And we hear that the time limit to self-destruct is now at 25 minutes, meaning just 5 minutes have passed. Hurry it up, guys! I love how SBO is just praying. He's accepted his fate. Since they're in the main engine room and saying to explode, it's getting very hot in there. And the door to get out is still shut, and it's hot as well, as shown with Amy trying to hit it. Vector is trying to raise everyone's spirits, saying everyone doesn't, giving up is quitter talk, and goes for the door. Amy doesn't think Vector can do it since her hammer couldn't even break it down. But he's trying his best. But my hope will never die. Back outside, the others are still racing to the ship, which is catching on fire, by the way. The Babylon Rose notice how things look bleak, but Jet gets an idea and tells his team to follow him. The Diamond Cutters are joined up by Duo Mimic, who is still trying to sway suspicion. But then, the moment we've all been waiting for happens. Clutch calls Mimic on his communicator walkie-talkie by his name, and the Diamond Cutters heard it. And now, after so many issues, 13 long, excruciatingly long issues to be exact, you are busted! Mimic is finally exposed! Well, that was quick. I expected it to happen way later. Bet he wishes he stayed back down there with Search a Kid now, huh? Anyway, Tangled and Whisper are obviously angry and chase after him, leaving Lanolin alone with her thoughts. You okay there, Lanolin? You okay?
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Ooh, I can't wait to dub this moment. Anyway, while Tangle and Whisper chase after Mimic to make Fry Calamari out of him, Clutch, with some of the heroes who are tied up, is about to make an escape, until Sonic literally grabs and throws him down. Clutch, wasting no time, starts using his cane weapon on him, when suddenly, Surge lands and blasts Clutch, thus announcing her and Kit are no longer working for him. Even though Clutch clearly can't win against these two, he charges towards them, while Sonic unties Charming and Jewel. Clutch's henchmen don't exactly stick around, a smart move, so he's left to deal with these two. Back inside with our trapped heroes, SPO asks Rough and Tumble why they are working there for Clutch again, when they promised Queen's mom back in Misadventures they'd be good now. Tumble tells them that Clutch only said to wear the costumes, but then made them to do more stuff. Dawn bluntly asks, why don't they just quit? The two are surprised by this, as they never thought of it, as they are always fired from jobs before even quitting. So yeah, they quit. They ask to be let out. SPO then says that the cage was never locked. The only prison you were in was your minds. That's deep. But nah, they're being serious. The cage was unlocked. Yeah, they broke it earlier. Oh wow, okay, that was funny. So with that, Rough and Tumble assist the heroes to escape. We return outside. Sonic frees Jewel and Charmy to find a way to get everyone off the ship as he deals with Clutch. Surge, mocking Clutch up there, says, "There's no controls up there." Clutch, however, who's looking very beat up, says he came prepared, and starts to blast Surge and Kit, who gets rescued by Sonic in the nick of time. Surge is obviously not happy about it, but Sonic with a smile says, "Hey, why don't we beat them up together?"
No.
Yeah, Surge ain't happy with that notion. But then an explosion sends them flying and hurt. Clutch is happy to see them hurt, saying that this isn't the first time that he's left people bleeding on the floor. Oh my god! And then, the most unexpected thing happens. Sonic's extreme gear transforms into a robot with Eggman watching via computer face screen. Huh, oh wow, I was wondering when he'd show up. So now, Eggman's robot with him watching charges towards Clutch and is going to beat and blast him down. Of course, Sonic isn't letting Eggman do that. Clutch presses the button to have his machines continue firing, but Sonic manages to dodge each of these attacks. Okay, can I just say, Clutch is doing very well going toe-to-toe with Sonic, like, wow. Sonic is telling Clutch he will drag him down if it's all this. Are you boys forgetting something? Or someone? Yeah, Surge. She's charged up and ready to blast them all, and wow, she's completely worn out. You know, if she wasn't and the comments allowed this, she would have had a chance to take out Sonic right there and then. But then, Eggman's robot apparently has a surge protector. Oh, okay, it looks like he made sure to have something against her. Smart. He remembers her, so smart, yeah. After what he went through with her, yeah, I can see why he did. Eggman then takes the unconscious Clutch away. Sonic asks what's he doing with him, but Eggman says, it's just business. Sonic doesn't have any gear anymore, so he can't go after them. We cut to Surge, who tells Sonic that she let him off easy, and that he better survive all this, so she can finish him off fair and square. It looks like they're flying the same direction as Eggman. Maybe going after Clutch so they can get rid of him instead of Eggman doing it. They still want revenge on him, so makes sense. We'll talk about it during the review. And Sonic, you're bleeding. Inside the ship, we get to the control room, and all the other members have fled. Tails wants to fix the controls, but the controls then get fried. So now, there's nothing they can do. Uh-oh. Charmy and the others reunite. Suddenly, the ship moves, and outside, we see the roads and all the cars together pulling the ship. Ah, so that's what we were doing. They're guiding the cars, just like how they did during that big thunderstorm. And then, we see Sonic literally jumping onto the ship's window. Oh my god.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Amy being Amy, breaks the glass on the window to get everyone out. Jet and the Rhodes tell the drivers to pull the ship, as everyone hopes for the best. People down below are obviously in a panic. Oh, hey Big! Sonic asks Tails if there are any last-minute plans, but Tails has none. Jewel then says that they can't stop the shuttle, but they can make it fall somewhere, far from the city. The Emeraldville ruins, and that's where the restoration is. Sonic tells Jet to pull the ship in that direction, much to his annoyance. Amy asks Jewel if the restoration isn't empty, but Jewel says with the tears in her eyes, it's better there than the city. Sonic, trying to lighten the mood, asks why the long faces. Amy does like saying, the ship is about to explode, of course we're upset. But then Sonic says, yeah, but it's not crashing or exploding yet, right? Sonic, I know you're trying to lighten the mood, but even I wouldn't smile right now. What? Come on! Jet comes in telling Sonic they did what he asked, and then Sonic asks him if he wants to do a little competition. Whoever gets the most people out of the restoration wins. And of course, Jet agrees. We finally return to Whisper and Tangle chasing Mimic. They manage to break his weapon and are about to get him, but one of the traps from the race gets in the way. Mimic loses his board, but he escapes. Whisper looks all over, but can't find him. The track is now coming apart. Lanolin then says on her Wispin, which can be a microphone apparently, tells everyone to remain calm. And of course, Whisper and Tangle, who are angry at Lanolin, rightfully so, glare at her. Lanolin apologizes to them after the dual mimic thing. She has a lot to learn and such. Tangle then says to her, save it, as they still have a duty to save the people. And Whisper also tells Lanolin that she's also made mistakes. Tangle, though, does remark that she's still ticked off, and that they'll deal with this later, to which Lanolin thanks her for. Unknown to them, Mimic was in the crowd as this dog, and you can see him right there earlier on. Ugh, you are so lucky, Octopus. We finally arrive at the restoration, where Jet and Sonic tell everyone to come with them if they want to live. Literally. Belle and Tails head to the machine shop, as it's far back, and they won't be able to hear anything. They get everyone else out, but Belle finds her Motorbot friend, still unprepared. She obviously doesn't want him to go up in flames, so the mechanic and Tails stay with her to help repair him. Sonic and Jet continue to get everyone out as the ship gets closer and closer. They get the last bunch out as the ship counts down to its last second as it explodes. I was expecting it to go flying in pieces everywhere, but close enough. Sonic and Jet arrive with everyone. Sonic wants to look around again just in case and asks Jet to come along, but he declines. So Sonic goes in and finds Tails, Belle, and Mechanic left. So Sonic and Tails manage to get him out of there with some extra assistance from the rebuilt Motorbot. Everyone rejoices seeing the others are okay, and we see the others arrive in Night and Dawn's RV. Jewel looks on at the destroyed restoration in flames and cries. Jet and the Rose come to Sonic. Jet agrees this to a tie, and obviously demands a rematch down the line. Oh, never change, Jet, never change. The Diamond Cutters arrive, and Tangle asks Jewel if she's okay, but she's not. She is upset over what happened with the restoration, and feels like a failure. But Tangle lifts her spirits and literally lifts her up, saying the restoration isn't done. It's not a building. The people down there are the restoration. It's always been the people. And so Jewel says they got work to do, and I assume that means rebuilding. And Ruff and Tumble are forced to come along to help. Later, Sonic and Tails are headed home to get a good night's rest. But then they notice that Tails' door is open? They're confused as nothing looks stolen, and Tails maybe thinks that he left the door open maybe? But that's when he sees his lab's generator core, aka the Chaos Emerald that they found in issue 68, is gone. And that's when we cut to the Emerald being held in some area that looks almost alien? What? And that's where the finale of the Phantom Riders arc ends. Wow, okay. Lots of stuff to talk about here, guys. First, as we all expected, and was even hinted at, the restoration is destroyed in flames. I told you that this, Surge saying this, was a foreshadowing. I knew it, I called it. And now, in the upcoming arc, they will begin to rebuild it. That is big. And now, you have to wonder how the aftermath will be. It was home to many, and it had tons of resources. Now, with it lost in the flames, what happens to those people who need those resources? How long will it take to get those resources back there? This is what I said in one of my IDW videos, saying what they need to be better. They have been forced to deal with the aftermath. Something reflecting in later issues. An impact. They might have won stopping it from crashing into the city, but they did lose as it crashed into the restoration, which will have a negative impact. So this is a plus in my book. Thank you, writers. All right, next, I know you guys want to talk about it, the duo Mimic reveal. Honestly, I am surprised they had to be exposed right there, literally at the beginning. Now, do not get me wrong, I am very glad they finally exposed them. I'm very tired of that plot. We all were. But I kinda wish it had more of a build-up. I mean, we were aware of his identity for 13 issues. And he would just, boom, exposed so easily in the first 2 to 3 pages? I mean, I understand they had to wrap it up as soon as possible, because we had the ship to deal with, but you get my point, right? And I was kind of expecting something else to expose him, not literally Clutch calling his name out on a walkie-talkie. Of all things, wow. Plus, I was kinda hoping to see Whisper have more of an angry, sad, yelling reaction. She was right all along, and I was wondering how she'd react to being right. She's obviously got stuff in her mind, saying she's made mistakes, but still. And of course, we have Lanolin, the thing we were all also waiting for. Yeah, she obviously feels guilt, and it's going to reflect on her in the next arc. I don't know how she's going to be treated after this, or how the Diamond Cutters will operate now. We'll have to wait and see. Also, I just realized that my prediction about Silver, he wasn't in this, it got wrong. Oh well. And I realized that since Silver wasn't in this, we're gonna have to wait till February for the others to apologize to him. Well, at least we all know what's gonna go down when he finds out that he was right.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
And now, with Mimic still on the loose, I assume we'll see where it's gonna go after this. He's gonna try to remain extra in hiding now. Next, the big bad of the comic, Clutch himself. I'm actually kind of surprised how well he held his own, even against Sonic, Surge, and Kit. They could annihilate him, and he held his ground as best he could. Anyway, we first assumed that Clutch would escape, but no! Clutch gets taken by Eggman, who took his sweet time to show up, by the way, even if not in physical form. But what is he planning to do with Clutch? Go into business together, maybe? I don't know. If he wants him gone, he would have dropped him. But if he's up to something... Surge and Kid, by the way, look to be going after him, as they are headed in the same direction. We know that they're doing the hero thing in the annual and staying in new updated rooms since the restoration caught on fire. I mean, who knows? The annual could take place after the upcoming arc, especially since Knuckles' story comes after the new arc is over too. And now we have another mystery here. The emerald that Sonic and Tails found in issue 68 was stolen, and right now it's placed in some alien kind of looking area. At first I thought it was a jungle looking area because the area around it looks like vines, but looking at it again, they almost look like organic looking, like veins in a way. I mean, look at everything. And the outside, it's starry, dark kind of thing, like you're in space. Unless it's, held up in like some high place and the outside looks, like in the darkness maybe, but even then, But regardless of where it is, it means that someone somehow broke into Tails' house. How did they get in? Even Starline at first in Imposter Syndrome issue 1 couldn't get in. Who would have the know-how to get into his house so easily? I would say Eggman, but it's clearly not, because A, he's off with Clutch, and the Emerald is not in some tech-based area. Remember, they did find the Emerald in a location guarded by an unknown creature, but it let them take it, and the area is closed off, so it clearly could have been the creature coming in and finding the Emerald. How would they even know? You'd think that the issue 68 wouldn't matter, but now it did in both ways, because it was testing the gear, hinting at the writer's arc, and now the Emerald being stolen. I barely paid any mind to this issue because it was during the Misadventures arc, but it's like they say, even filler arts play a role in a later story in some way or form. Who stole it? How did they get in? How did they find Tails' house? How did they know that the Emerald was in that house? Why did they steal it? And where is this area? Lots of questions. And yes, I will say, I love how everyone here is doing their part to do what they can to get the ship to be elsewhere other than the city. No one felt behind or left behind. Like before, I did say I felt that the Rhodes barely did anything, but then in this finale, they helped in a big way, so I'm glad for that. Speaking of the Rhodes, I really did thought that they would come across Clutch and remember how he was the one who hired them to steal Knuckles' relic back in Misadventures, and then in Chaos would hear about it, and then put 2 and 2 together, and they didn't do that. Really? I thought that would happen, especially with the Rhodes, but it tied the stories together. Missed opportunity there. Also, I guess Sonic's actions as a Phantom Rider are just ignored now, and maybe will be brought up next issue, but no punishment is given because he's the main character. But even then, he was being the Phantom Rider for good reasons, and with Mimic being exposed, I know now they're gonna, find out that he was the imposter Phantom Rider, so yeah, Sonic's gonna be fine. And now, we have a new era to come into, because now, the cast has to deal with so much right now. And we know, thanks to the covers, that they will deal with the aftermath and deal with Clutch and Mimic. One who's on a loose, and one who's probably either being held captive, being roboticized or tortured, or being in business with Eggman. Sadly, we have to wait till February because it was going to release in January, but things changed, so now it's February 5th. It's early in the month though, so that's good. I give the finale a 9.5 out of 10. Just A+ all around. Gold stars. What did you guys think of the finale of the Phantom Riders arc? What did you want differently? Before we end the video, I'm going to showcase some of the quotes that some staff members from IDW, aka some of the writers, artists, etc., who gave their thoughts about the issue. Thank you guys for sending your thoughts about the issue to me. Keep up with the good work in IDW. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next year as I review the Phantom Riders arc as a whole, and I'll see you in February when issue 76, the beginning of the Scattered Pieces arc, begins. See you then, and happy holidays.